On this day in history, February 5th, 1810, as part of the Peninsular War, the Siege of Cádiz begins. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica going over the history of the village. Cadiz, founded according to tradition by Phoenician merchants from Tyre as early as 1100 BC, had become by the 7th century the great western market for the amber and tin from the Cassiteres. About 501 BC, it was occupied by the Carthaginians, who in the 3rd century made it their base for the equipment of the armaments with which Hannibal undertook to destroy the power of Rome. At the close of the Second Punic War, the city willingly surrendered to Rome, and from this time its prosperity steadily increased. Its growing trade in dried fish and meat, and in all the produce of the fertile Baetis, Guadalquivir valley, attracted many Greek settlers, while men of learning, such as Pythes in the 4th century BC, Polybus and Artemidorus of Ephesus in the 2nd, and Poseidonus in the 1st, came to study its tides, unparalleled in the Mediterranean. Julius Caesar conferred the civitas of Rome on all its citizens in 49 BC, and L. Cornelius Balbus Minor built what was called the New City, the harbor now known as Porto Real, and the bridge still existing across the Rio Santi Petri. The wealth and importance of the Gades was so great at this period that under Augustus it was the residence of no fewer than 500 equites, and was made a municipum with the name of Augusta Urbs Gaditana, with citizenship ranking next to that of Rome. Juvenal and Martial wrote of Jocosa Gadis, Cádiz the joyous, and throughout the Roman world its cookery and its dancing girls were famous. In the 5th century, however, the overthrow of Roman dominion in Spain by the Visigoths involved Cádiz in destruction. A few fragments of masonry, submerged under the sea, are almost all that remains of the original city. Moorish rule over the port, which was renamed Jezerat Cadiz, lasted from 711 until 1262, when Cadiz was captured, rebuilt, and repeopled by Alfonso X of Castile. Its renowned prosperity dated from the discovery of America in 1492. As the headquarters of the Spanish treasure fleets, it soon recovered its position as the wealthiest port of Western Europe, and consequently it was a favorite point of attack for the enemies of Spain. During the 16th century, it repelled a series of raids by the Barbary corsairs. In 1587, all the shipping in its harbor was burned by the English squadron under Sir Francis Drake. In 1596, the fleet of the Earl of Essex and Lord Charles Howard sacked the city and destroyed 40 merchant vessels and 13 warships. This disaster necessitated the rebuilding of Cadiz on a new plan, but it quickly recovered, and its new fortifications enabled it to repel successfully attacks by British fleets under the Duke of Buckingham in 1626, Admiral Blake in 1656, and Sir George Rooke and the Duke of Ormond in 1702. During the 18th century, the wealth of Cadiz became greater than ever. From 1720 to 1765, when it enjoyed a monopoly of the trade with Spanish America, the city annually imported gold and silver to the value of about £5 million. Its wealth at this time is said to have been greater than that of London. With the closing years of the century, however, it entered upon a period of misfortune. From February 1797 to April 1798, it was blockaded by the British fleet, and in 1800, Nelson bombarded it. In 1808, the citizens captured a French squadron imprisoned by the British fleet in the Inner Bay. From February 1810 to August 1812, it was besieged by French forces, during which time it served as the capital of all Spain, not under the control of Napoleon. Here, too, the Cortes met and promulgated the famous liberal constitution of March 1812. To secure a renewal of this constitution, the citizens rebelled in 1820, the revolution spreading throughout Spain. Ferdinand VII was imprisoned at Cadiz until released in 1823 by a French army. In the Nationalist Revolution in 1936, Cadiz fell into the rebel hands almost at once, and served as an important port of entry for the reinforcements from Spanish Morocco.